So it's still downloading. Shouldn't really be that much longer though, so I'm going to swap to do something else. Like kick my cat out of my chair. Go back to your beds. Condo, you don't need my chair specifically to be happy, Cleo. I probably got 20 minutes left, so maybe I'll get to start it and do the uh, brain working, um, the chainsaw demo equivalent of it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna transfer my tier list I did over to 17 lands because it now has the set in there properly. Oop, I can spell real quick. Don't expose any logins. Alright, so transfer over most. The nice thing is they also include the Legends cards because those do show up more, and I wasn't able to get those downloaded. So yeah, that makes sense. Celeste Norn. Ooh, right, she's in there too. They're at a B plus. It's game winning, but it's expensive. Maybe I can make this bigger. Zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Nice and big. A little bit of MTG while I wait for this to finish downloading. Dahlia, Guardian of Thraben. C at least for the cost and the stats, but the effect makes it nice. Ram for 2 with upside, but equipment vehicle spells aren't super. Wende, double strike creatures with first strike you control have double strike. It's like a C. Not enough first strike for me to personally rank that too much higher, but see if I can get through the white alone. Kenneth the Returned King. He's dope. You can play him in a deck 5 for 5. At the very least, he's going to gain you life if you're playing him in a white deck. Sun. White. Another creature in his battlefield gain life. So at least a 2/2. He's probably a little more if you're playing white. So less there. And if ends a Kin Tree Spirit, Bolster actually has good synergy in this set with the counter. Very strong. So she's gonna be 2/2 for 2 with upside is not much better than that. You know what? She's at least on lane with yeah. Both those guys go there. Boomerang and Valkyrie. I actually really love the backup creatures, so I will put that pretty high. And nice flying evasion, which also gives one of your things flying and evasion, and probably at least a 4/4 as well for the turn to cast it. So Bola Slinger, 4 mana 2/2 with backup and whatever creature attacks that targeted creature thing controls. This ability for 4 mana, I'd put it like a C plus, but the fact that this could give it to something else or make itself a 3/3 doesn't really get too much higher. C plus, it's a little expensive still, but it is a common, so. Warden does combat damage to players. Transform incubator token, 2/2 flying for 3. I don't really like the incubator deck too much yet, but 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer with a slight upside is just. Archangel Elspeth. He is an A. Not probably going to make splashes outside of this. Oh, I can put her an A minus now. Yeah, because the tier list didn't actually have space for that. Angelic Intervention, Protection Spell. Good, but you don't want to play that many of them, so. Plus. Oh my god. There you go. Answer 3/3 for 3 gets buffs and vigilance. In the night deck, it gets better, but in regular stuff, this is plus. The minimum is C for the thing, and C plus if you can turn the ability on. So we'll put it in C. Flare Flesh. I don't like this. It's slow. It takes a while to get the ability. It costs more to do it. 4 mana for 2/4. I don't really rank it too high. What did I put it here? Yeah, C is about right. Minus though. There we go. Target Dune Shaper. 1 mana, 1/2. Turns into a 4/3 when you pay 5. Probably ranked it a little too low there. There's not that many 1-drops in the set, and one does get better, but it doesn't really give you like a lot of upside or synergy kind of to it. So just a D plus. Here, I give her like a C plus. Oh, right. 3/1 for 2 is always solid, and getting first strike in the night deck because you're gonna want to play knights. You're gonna have stuff that makes knights. Totally valid. Keeps you real aggressive. Surge of Salvation, I know I gave a C because trying to be Veil of Autumn, but it's not quite Veil of Autumn. So. But I didn't have a C minus tier before, so I'm gonna give it C minus. It's a sideboard card, but it's a very good one. Brief down the turn, just stop a bunch of removal, multiple effects that are on the stack, and sometimes blank a black red deck coming at you. Sunfall I gave pretty high, B-ish I think. I'd probably give it a B minus because I don't think board wipes that cost more than 4 can be really highly rated in limited. Preludes you from casting something else, or in this case, flipping your incubate token. Like you're not usually going to be able to have this on 7 mana, but this is slightly better than some of those because at least it gives you a body in the back and it doesn't destroy your unflipped incubate tokens if you're setting yourself up for that. This thing is just C. It's I put it as a C plus there, but I don't think it can be. It's about the closest thing to a vanilla creature in the set, other than like the flip guys, because they already have technically 2 abilities with the flip side and the front and the back side. So under the gateway, I think I put this at C minus. Did I put it higher than that? I did. I put it in C plus. Destroy target non-token artifact. That's the part that's kind of a wrinkle there, or enchantment that opponent controls two, or incubate two, then transform an incubator. I like that this does double duty. That's probably why I gave it a C plus because versatility is strong, but the non-token part of that kind of sucks. Not really ideal. Now I gave Sunblast Guardian just like a C. Front side is 2/2 for 2. It's about as vanilla as it gets. The backside is a good ability, but it doesn't have any of its own counter synergies, so that can be kind of a downside. But if you do have it in a token or a counter deck and you can flip it and then you can make it good, it's better, but it's a lot to get there, so I don't think it's higher than C. Digital Sentinel, I actually quite like. I'm pretty sure I give all of the night stuff that were costed like this, like C plus or better, because 3 mana for a 2/2 vigilance is okay. 3 mana for a 3/3 vigilance is perfect for C plus range. And for a 2/2 vigilance that gives something else a counter and vigilance for the turn is really fun. Versatility is good. Seraph Capenna, 3 mana 2/2. It's for flying. It's got to be at least a C. The flip side, not bad. It could be strong. I don't like that this tier list doesn't let me rank them separately because the front side is C plus, but the back side is much better. So I would rank those a little higher, but I'll put this at C plus combined, I guess. A Seal from Existence is dope. That thing I would actually give a B plus to. It's the standard O-ring effect that you get in a lot of sets, but Ward on top of that makes it very much harder to remove. It's going to delay a lot of the removals for at least a couple turns. Scroll Shift, Flicker Effect. It's like a. Let's see. I gave it C, but that's probably because I couldn't give it a C minus. I like the draw card on top of it, and there are cards that care about being re-entering the battlefields, like your backups and stuff. So there's definitely a place for this. And sometimes you're gonna want to flip a creature back to its front side to flip it again. And this can flip your sagas too. So it's got a place, but it's not standard card you're gonna play in a lot of those things. Realmbreaker's Grasps. This card is also dope. It's solid like B minus, B plus, or B territory. Not completely universal removal or anything like that, but pacifism but better. So B minus. Odd Caretaker. Here's battlefield, put a counter on a thing, transform incubator. Good incubator enabler, or buffing one of them bigger, or buffing himself to be a 3/3. Buffing himself to be a 3/3 with a counter, there are synergies for it, so it's not strictly a C. Versatility is good, so C plus. I don't think it can be better than that. What did I put it as? Okay. Well. Oh, 325. This might be one of the not main set cards. Uh, yeah, because white's normally quite early. Let's put this in SB because it's not set. This one as well. I think it's part of the main set. Those be like Jumpstart or something, but Orthodoxy. That is also not part of the main set. Daddy here with those. Okay, there we go. Gender Exarch is good. It's not that good because you need to pay a lot for it, and it's still kind of a shitty body that comes behind. But you'll be happy to get it for 3, 5, 7, and you'll be happy to not pay for them and just tap a guy down to flip it. Especially because you can do that instant. There's no timing restriction on it. So C plus, be better in the right deck. But oops, put him in the wrong one. See, Phyrexian Sensor. I really like this. It's very good. It's going to be an annoying thing for a lot of people, but B minus for me. If you're in the Phyrexian deck, it's awesome. Otherwise, it's at least rate. Uh, Slowing down your opponent and keeping you at the same speed is Phyrexian Awakening. This is the better one of the incubate things. What did I rate it as? E minus ish. I see. I cannot see it in my tier. Oh, I did rate it as C. Yeah. C is about right. 3 mana for a 4/4, but you have to pay 2 for it, and it has vigilance. So you're kind of paying 5 for a 4/4 vigilance, which is this gets better obviously with other incubate stuff, but I don't really like the incubate. It's very slow, and I don't like having them on easily destroyable tokens. Uh, Creature already. Have a exile target creature. Very good. 6 mana is a little expensive. Plane cycling is a nice option to pitch it a little earlier though, so it's not totally like sitting in your hand. I kind of actually like all of these cycle dual workers. Uh, I rate them fairly good. Let's see, where did I put this guy? Yeah, I put him in C plus. That's about where I put him. 6 mana for a 3/4 is not great, but 6 mana for a 3/4 that also removes an opponent's creature is pretty good. It's common, and again, that early pitch it if you drew it in your first turn or something. Just get a land for it. Runs Inquisitor, incubate 2. Whenever Trump transforms into a Phyrexian, put a 1/1 counter on it. This thing is the enabler for 2 decks, and it's very good. It being a 1/1 kind of sucks. But it's very strong, so I understand why it's kind of. So that goes into C plus. Monster Emitter is a B. I would rate it an A if this was a very heavy set for non-creature spells, but I don't think it can be that good in a limited deck. So you're gonna 2 or 3 monks out of it, maybe a couple triggers of prowess, unless you really build hard around it. But white's also not the best color for that non-creature stuff. This thing's a C. Like, it's good. 1 mana for a 1/1 in vigilance, and it equip is cheap, so you get a power buff for some creatures that care about that. Vigilance is always pretty strong, and in decks that you want to keep stuff available. Solid C. Night Arrow of Arrows, I think sucks. I put it in D plus, but I would put it in C minus. I think fair because 5 mana for a 4/4 is fine. Wish he had vigilance or lifelink or something. I wish that the cards he got off the top went to the battlefield instead, because convoking him for anything more than 3 and getting nothing and tapping your field and getting this guy out is just sad. But it's not good. I have New Coalition. Perfect. 2 of the same bodies for 4 mana is above rate. This thing gets us from me. In Billy Rider, 1/3 double strike. Its stat line's a little weird, but it's like C plus. Double strike's never bad. Uh, Double strike, essentially making it like a first strike 1 with a out of a 2/3 is a little weird, but like you can make it big. Give it that 1 mana axe Get a 2/4 double strike vigilance is pretty strong. Yeah, the evasion of Theros is not good. I give it a D because there's enough cards that you can trigger with it and be fine, but it's hard ask for abilities that I don't think are that great. Getting an aura, god, or demigod, you're not really ever going to get the last two, even though there are a couple cards in there that you sometimes may get to trigger it on. But you're going to get it for an aura, you're going to get the removal, or the O-ring card, or one of the other enchantments like that. The backside, hard to turn on, and the ability is not easy to do either, to trigger often in limited. But if you get to turn her on because you did fetch up a good enchantment, or you have a couple other of the enchantment creatures, 4/4 indestructible lifelink is good. You're going to be happy to have that. Toss it around. So it would be a D minus if the backside sucked. It'd be a D plus if the front side tutored up a couple other things nicely. Invasion of Gobakon. Where did I put that? I guess. D plus. Right. Backside is really good. Front side is kind of eh. So I don't dislike that front side effect, but it's solid and limited. So D plus. Every one of these, I wish I could put the other one separate because the backside is much better than the front side usually. Backside of this, 4/4 Flying Vigilance is bomb. Like that's a strong card that can end games if people aren't careful. But it's a C plus. But the front side version down here is fine. 3 mana to gain some life and draw a card is okay. I will pump this up to C plus because I can't bring the backside separate. Oh, you know what? It's still just a C. I'll put it as C. Invasion of Benelon. I put the front side at C. You get a knight. 2/2 vigilance knight for 3 is kind of the same with other things go. Flipping this is Anthem, which is fine. They're always good. But backside's better than the front side again. Aerial boost. E plus. Combat tricks like this, there's always a couple +2/+2 flying things. Convoke is nice. It's good better on defense than it is on offense, but it's not bad. There's not that many instant convoke spells, which sorely lacking. Inspired charge is okay, but it's kind of solidly in that D range for me because you might want one, but you're never gonna pick them super fast or high or anything. I don't think the white deck is as wide as and fast as you really want to go with it. I don't like this one. 5 mana for a 4/3 with no abilities. It's not that great, but the two creature types are very relevant. I'll only give it a C plus. I will give it a C minus because the creature types are relevant. The incubate token is probably relevant if you're playing it, but don't actually consider it that highly because you're paying a lot to get that other token. You've lost a creature. You're paying 2 more on top of it. Yeah, the Radiant Dawn is strong. Front side 4/4 for 4. Sometimes you're gonna get an enchantment back with it. That's okay. The flip side of him, because you should be able to do it immediate. Well, not immediately, but at least you'll be able to do it the next turn. Get a 4/6. Get flash spells. Spells you cost one less for each card your opponents have drawn this turn, which immediately means when you flip him, especially if you only paid 3 for him, there's almost certainly something you can cast on your opponent's turn after they draw, whether that's a blocker or a removal spell or a combat trick or something. I really like the backside. The front side is solid C plus. But backside is real good, so B minus because plus is not really where I think it goes. Not above rate for the front side, but it's at rate with the tiny upside. The backside is strong, and you can flip him much easier than a lot of these other cards. Gear per Guardian not having flash sucks. If you can play it with Helios, great, sure, but it's B minus. Like it's not the rescuer angel that you want. Not having flash really hurts it. Golden scale, I will not. I put it at D plus because you'll pay 5 mana for a 3/4 flyer, but you won't be super happy. Sometimes you'll pay 5 mana for a 2/3 flyer that also gives something else flying, and that could be a big thing, could be a game winner. So that's why I got a plus. Otherwise, it would just be a D. D plus. That's the song I keep thinking of with it. During Bond Warden, back up 1/0/1. When this creature dies, put its counters on target creature you control. So, this is a better and worse version of that little guy, the Tarkir Dune Shaper, because at worst they're the same on the front side, and at best the other one becomes a 4/3 trampler when you pay like 6, whatever. Uh, this one will have synergies in your sacrifice decks, your counters decks, and your backup decks. Not that good, but it does have a place. Can't rate it lower than the Dune Shaper, so it's going in D plus. Uh, but it's not a C, not even a C minus yet. Elspeth's Might is good. It's a better version of the effect they almost always put in. It's not quite unconditional removal, but it's pretty good. So C plus. It's more damage than they normally cost, and it's instant speed, so you don't have to wait till your turn to pay one to shock something. Essentially, Elesh Norn is fucked up. I put the two tiers of them split up across A plus and A and S for me. I don't know if this has an S tier. It does not. So I will give them A combined. Backside's amazing, game winning, back breaking. Front side is very strong. 4 mana, 3/5 vigilance is really good already. Giving a little bit of attacks and a pretty cheap flip is not hard to do. Once you do it once, you'll do it over and over and over, assuming they don't kill it. So, Dusk Legion Duelist, Vigilance 2/2 already C plus. Oh, I'm tired. Whenever one or more counters are put on Dusk Legion Darkheart, this is a fantastic thing for your backup deck. The fact it only triggers once is a little of a downside, but you're still very happy to play it. So B minus for this. Can't put 2/2s above B minus. Right. Monster Mentor. Monster Mentor is my baby. Short. It's pretty good. I like it on the defense. Works good on defense. Well, it works especially good on defense. But I like that it hits planeswalkers too. It's not quite unconditional removal, but it's very close, and it's a little more versatile than I would normally give these credit. So it's gonna be, what did I rate it before? Minus or something? Can't find it. I put it at C. What the fuck? 3 mana, blow up an attacker. Plus, you can still cast it on your turn. So if you're out of mana or something like that, but the convoke is where that becomes nice. So B minus, not unconditional. Uh, I did rate the lands, which I think is pretty funny. Woodscard Craig, I rated a D plus because I don't actually think red white fits together so well, but tap lands are good. Anything with white goes there. Green blue, I put a C plus. I'll put it at a C or C minus. There's no rare lands in this one either, so I don't think anything gets above that. That one's a D plus two plus D plus. It's a C minus two. No rare lands in this set is weird. Okay, I can do the rest of the color stuff here too. Urn of Godfire. I don't like playing this. You're not going to want to put it in your main deck. But sometimes you need the mana fixing. And eventually it becomes a decent removal. But it's still expensive for that. C plus was too good, I think. It gets a C minus. Sort of Once in Future is fucked up. It's the B plus. It's not crazy unlimited. It's not A, but it's really good in limited. Pro two colors, fixing your draws, and sometimes getting to cast something off of it is really good. You're always gonna be happy with it. Getting Surveyor, I think, is a solid C plus. Not because of the rate, because it's obviously a little below rate, but land to your hand is better than top of your library. Are precious few really good fixing routes in this one, so I really like the Realm Breaker. I gave it a B. You're never really gonna do the bottom half, especially in limited. Uh, like maybe you get a Praetor out of the 15 possible options or whatever, but it's not the kind of thing you're gonna trigger in limited usually either, just because of 10 mana. But I like milling the opponents and I like stealing their stuff. And if they somehow blow up your lands, they don't get it back. So I like you can really tempo your opponents in a bad way by stealing their stuff like this. It's cheap, 3 mana and then 2 mana to do it every turn is totally fine. Archivist, you're probably gonna like it more than you don't. 6 mana, 4/5 with reach is definitely defensive, but sometimes you're gonna want to put stuff back on your library. So I would normally rate just the body for that. It's also colorless. There are precious few colorless stuff in this set, so it's a decent top end, not needing of fixing. Kitetail is a C plus. It's a little expensive for that kind of effect, but it's kind of a slow format too. And flying is always going to be valuable. There are a pretty good chunk of flyers in a lot of colors, or at least with reach, but it's to have more. Halo Hopper is C minus for me. 3 mana for a 3/2 is not great. 3 mana that you sometimes tapped a few creatures for is not bad, but it's still below rate. So, Fleet Wheel thing I think is D plus. It's nice that it is vigilant, so you can tap it for cheap. But Crew 1 is weird because there's not a lot of one drops or one power things in the set, like maybe two per color. So crewing it is not as nice. It's not exactly a loot copter, which was super busted. But being able to tap a creature and then tap this for mana after is not bad. It's kind of taking place of a convoke creature that you normally would have had, right? So not really where you want it though. Sometimes you'll put it in, and you'll use it, but you can't tap it as a body, as an artifact either, so it's downside. Vision of Ravnica is another weird one where backside I kind of like the front side too, but like 5 mana exile at sorcery speed is okay. Doesn't hit the really big scary team up creatures, and it wants you to play more of gold creatures, which you don't really get that many of. So the backside, you're not going to get to use its ability that often. 5/5 for 5 later that also kills a thing. It's like a cheaper meteor golem, kind of. So C can't be higher than that. Like it doesn't come out that fast. It's not that good, or not that busted, I should say. You know what? I'm gonna change my thing. It's late. I'm not gonna start Resident Evil right now. I've just quickly changed that. Resident Evil 4 Magic the Gathering. I hope nobody got bait and switched. It'll take me. The game did finish, but I'm not gonna play another hour. I'm gonna go to sleep. Should play some music while I'm waiting, though. I just realized how deadly silent it was. All right, let me put my soundtracky thing up. Okay. Blue. Really want to like Jingataxius more. Core Augur's in this too, right? Core Augur is a good way to lose yourself the game in limited. He's very expensive, and he's probably gonna mill you before he wins the game for you. But Core Augur, I couldn't give it more than a B minus. No, it's only C plus. It Flash 5/4 is okay. Draw a bunch of cards. It's pretty good. 10 mana. It's not good. You're gonna want to cheat that in some other way. Limiting your opponent's hand size is pretty nice too, but if he gets 10 mana, what the hell does he even have in his hand? So Emery is great in not limited. As you can see, there are like 7 artifacts, and a bunch of them are rare, so not gonna be able to play that many of them. Milling yourself is probably not the best. There is uses for milling yourself, but 3 mana for milling yourself for 4 cards, and then probably not being able to play an artifact out of it, I don't think is a great spot. There are definitely more artifacts that are like artifact creatures that are part of the regular stuff, but I don't think it's high enough. So like, put her at a D plus. Raw Chief of Compliance. Lucky looks good there. Cool ass Aether Ninja man. 2 mana for a 1/3. It's fine. Defensive, good. Instant source spells cost 1 less to cast. That's a nice bonus. Whenever a spell ability control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. It's a commander, standard, modern card. But judging the card on what it is, countering spells probably not going to happen that often. But dropping your sorcery spells a little bit and having a defensive body is okay. I'm happy to play that as a C+. Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive. Also 2 mana 1/3. So it's C there. Creatures you control have power 1 or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. That's the important part for her. If it was just power, it's still a C. But the toughness is nice because there's a lot of 3/1 or 4/1 kind of bodies. Not that many in this set, but you'll be happy to play her. Rune Eyes, 4 mana, 3/3, scry 3. Okay. When she dies, draw 3 if 3 or more creatures die this turn. That's the part of the ability that I'm not a big fan of, because you have to trade with her and kill something else, either via spells or good blocks, which is not hard to do, but opponents can play tricks and they'll know what you want to do when she's out on the battlefield. So her above cost makes me want to keep her in C. Because the scry 3 is pretty strong. And limited, it's pretty good. Drawing the cards could barely be a thing. Dolphin Shapecraft. I like this better than these types of spells normally, so I'm putting it in C+, because draw card is good. Instant pumping up one of your little dudes is not bad. Especially with lots of counters in the set, this could be like a 6 or 7 power creature that you snuck by on blocks. The Siren Pirate, I gave a solid C+ for. I'd actually give it a B-, I think, because if you get this in an open field and you tap all of your guys in like a board lock, the only thing is it doesn't have flash. If it had flash, it would be a B+. Flying Vigilance, 3/4 for 4, great. Giving all of your creatures that convoked it flying as well permanently is very strong. That will turn the game around quickly. Strobe Knight. I really like the Strobe Knight. 3 mana, 2/2 for Vigilance is that rate, but it's also flying, which is really good. And it makes bodies. So C+ easy. Or B- even? Yeah, B-. Look at Slumber. Convoke and Stun. Not bad. And it's got a weird wording, because you can stun one creature twice or stun each creature once. So it's got some nice flexibility for it. And even if you only have to target one creature, you can super tap it down. Oh god. I made the right decision to not stay up too much later. Transcendent Message sucks. It's unplayable in limited. Like paying quad blue and then tapping 3 creatures to draw 3 cards is not how you want to play that. It's a weird place though. Like Convoke makes that instant better. You're in a board lock. You got 3 or 4 creatures. They got 3 or 4 creatures. Nobody decides to swing, or they swing and stuff bounces. End of your turn, you tap all your creatures, tap all your mana. Maybe you get 2 cards. Maybe you get 3. That's a D. Quad blue is so hard. You're never gonna get to play that in anything fun. Idle Terror, I think, is actually pretty high. I voted it a B. I have a B- spot for it. 6 mana, 5/6 is okay. Whenever it attacks, tap 2 creatures you control and it can't be blocked, will win you games fairly quickly. Island Cycling, again, versatility is good, so B-. Did I put the other guy that cycles up in B minus, or is he a C plus? C plus. He's smaller. That's the only reason he got lower. If he was 5'6" too, I would. 6 mana, 3/4 flying. How's Convoke? I feel like I talked about how I think this other one is plus. Just paying 5 mana for a 3/4 flying is not ideal, but you'll do it. That's what this is too. Convoke makes it slightly easier to stomach, but it's only going to be a C minus. Roll cleansing, Convoke, put something, time walked a little bit, or on the bottom library. It's pretty good removal for blue. It's a shame that it's sorcery. Make it 5 mana, Convoke instant. I'd be totally fine with it too. It's a C. It's a C. Basis Field is dope. It's a C plus. I love cards that remove abilities off of other stuff, especially making them weaker and gives them defender too. Good stuff. Skyplay Variolus, 2 mana, 2/1 flying is like above rate. And then the backside is pretty good too. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. The downside of the backside is that you only get to do its ability once. Getting a land card or drawing a card is fine. 2/4 flying is good defensively and pretty decent offensively, but it doesn't get higher than C plus because the backside only triggers once. C double is weird. It's interesting because it can be countered, but it can't be copied, so you can't do shenanigans with it, but also your opponent can't do shenanigans with it. So if you cast this, they can't copy this one to do it on their side too. But you can make 2 bodies out of a creature you're casting, or copy a creature that's on the battlefield. And you can copy your opponent's creatures too. I don't think that graveyard trigger is really that hard. By the time you want to cast this, turn 5, turn 6, where you're holding it back, it's not really unlikely that you'll have some cards in the graveyard. So, but it's still kind of like not a counter spell, but nerfing it because you get the same thing that they got, and sometimes you get the same thing that they got and something better, or 2 extra of your own creatures is super good. Cyber Cryptomancer. Hexproof is really nice. Flash is really nice. Backup is interesting. I didn't think the blue fit that, but C minus because it's tiny. Rona is pretty gross. She's really good, and her backside's even better. I think averaging the 2 places where I put it will be a C minus, so, or B minus. I think her backside is a B. I think her front side is a C plus. So, yeah. The legendary spell, you'll trigger it, but not that often. Maybe 1 or 2. And then you'll get to draw an extra card. Flipping her when she's out of use for blocking is great. And you get a sick 5/5 trampler that sometimes steals stuff from the opponent. Vertical Knight. It's the cat from normal sets, the Frost Cat. 4 mana for a 3/4 that stuns something for 2 turns. Or rather, tap something down and they can't untap it for the next turn. Is stronger than the cat, and the typing is relevant, so I think it's a C plus. Breeding Champion, 3 mana, 2/2 flying is at rate. with a little tiny upside. It's a knight too, so it's relevant. It's a C plus. Order of the Mirror, 2 mana, 2/1. It's fine. It's not great, but fine. Transform it into a 3/3 that trades up and kills multiple blockers if they block with cheap stuff. Is very, very, very good. It's curved nicely too. So play this, flip it, play something bigger, turn 4. Between the two sides, it gets to C plus for me. But the front side's a C, the back side's a C plus. Yeah, it's fine. Oracle Tragedy enters the battlefield to die. The triggers twice is the important part there. Draw card, discard card is fine on both halves. Shuffle your graveyard if you draw her late is pretty good. Get some reuse out of your kill spells or your lockdowns, or get your god back or something like that. C plus. Omen Hawker is like a D plus. I think that's probably where I put it. Yeah. 1 mana, 1/1. It's technically a C minus, because I don't think they're that good. This will help you flip stuff, and that's the part that it's gonna be a shining thing in. So Oculus Whelp. I don't think it'll be hard to get one transformed incubate token or some creature that's flipped, but 4 mana for a 3/2 flyer is okay for C, but the ability only when it dies is less exciting. It's only a C for me, I'm pretty sure. A little expensive to just toss away. Negate is a sideboard card. It's D plus. It's good when you need it, not when you don't need it. Moment of Truth is really good. C plus draw spell. One in your hand, one in your graveyard, one in the bottom of the library. It's cards that care about the graveyard. You get to put something too expensive back. Okay. Pick your land or creature or removal spell. It's cheap. It's good. This one is really good too. Meeting of the Minds is a good convoke spell. I gave it a C plus in my head. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I put it C. I think it's C plus. Convoke. You're not super happy at playing it at take it at 4, but you easily pay that at 4 on the end of your opponent's step. Convoking it for free sometimes is dope. Dope. Jink Taxi has the Great Synthesis. 5/5 for 5 with Ward 2. That's about all that matters for him. His flip, you're almost never gonna do it. And his non-creature spell with mana 3 or greater, draw a card, will trigger like twice. So he's a B just because of his base stats and his body. Backside is really good, but you're never gonna do it. It's just never ever gonna happen. Invasion of Red. Draw 3 cards, discard a card for 4 is okay. The backside, being able to target, copy a creature or spell or whatever, is strong. But it does say spell specifically, and you can't steal your opponents. So D plus. I'll give it a C minus because I gave the backside C plus before. Beijing Segovia, I love. Flavor-wise, it's my favorite battle. Front side is a C. 2 1-1s for 3 is okay. The back side is a little better. Untapped for your convoke stuff is really strong, and then it gives all your other stuff convoke too. You don't have that many non creatures. But it does make some of your instants that won't convoke better. I'll slide the whole thing up into C+. Beige to Kamigawa. Backside is great. Front side is okay. Yeah, it's a C. Front side's a C, but I don't think the back side's enough to push the whole thing up to C+. So, just a little bit. Patient of Arcavios. This is like a D minus, because paying 5 mana to get a card out of your deck or your sideboard is valuable, but the backside flipping after 7 is like, you're not going to do it. Yellow Dread Scab is great. Mill 2 cards, and then put one of your best cards in your graveyard. Then you have your library. Only instant sorcerers of battles. So. I put this at a C+. Yeah, it's tough between there. It's better than C. No, it is a C. I can't say that you're always going to have something to get out of it, but there's a good chance you will, because the extra mill helps too. Furtive Analyst. 3 mana, Vigilance, 1/4. That sometimes draws you a card. This one's so great. I don't like that there's so many loot effects in blue, because it makes cards that want to care about having stuff in your hand less good, but their effects are cheap enough to flip or to do, so I give it a C. I gave it a D plus before? No, I think I was wrong. That's a C. 3 mana 1/4 is super good defensive wise. The Vigilance makes it convocable. Airy Mastermind is a solid C plus. Flash Flying 2/1 for 2 is good. Whenever opponent draws a secondary turn, you draw a card. And you can trigger that whenever you want. So you wait till they play it, or wait till the end of the turn, get something out of it. It's pretty good. A little squishy. I am Cataxius. You can make 3 and draw a card. This is like paying for a 5 mana 3/3 that draws a card when it enters the battlefield. Not great. And it's not super fast. Sometimes you'll have the incubate cards to make those flip those guys matter. You'll have the +1/+1 or Vigilance, or you'll draw a card when you flip it. It's expensive though. That's low. It's a D plus. The upside of that, paying 3 to draw a card is not bad. Paying 3 to draw a card to get a body is okay, but it's not good. Expedition Lookout. Defender 2/3 for 2. 8 more cards in the graveyard. This is fine. This is a C plus. It'll get better as the game goes on. A blockable is just as good or better than flying, so. Dispersal. 1 mana. Target creature and Surveil 2 is pretty good. Instant speed, yeah. Another good blue tempo removal. Disturbing conversion. It's not as good as the wall thing, but it's D plus. The mill card, there is like a weird sub mill theme here, so it'll fit that. I don't like Corruption of Tuasi. I think it's a D plus. It's too expensive for that ability. Way too expensive for that ability. Complete the circuit. It's good, but not unlimited. It's B. I think I rated it too highly before. Chrome Host Seed Shark is dope. It's a B. 3 mana, 2/4 flying. Great. Cast a couple non-creature spells, so you only have a few, but you will get some incubate tokens out of it. Change the equation. Good, sometimes better. I gave it a C plus. I think that's a little too high because you're only ever going to use the front side sometimes. The back side is like a sideboard thing, so I probably rated it too highly there before. It's a C minus. But it's kind of the same thing with where is it? Where is it? The 1 mana thing. Ah, there we go. Surge of Salvation. It's part of that cycle. I love Captive Weird. 1 mana, 1/3 defender. That's fine. On curve, flip it to a 3/3. That also draws you a card. It's another C plus for me. Astro Wingspan, I think, is too expensive. There's plenty of effects that are similar to this that are way cheaper, but you're still going to put 1 or 2 of them in your deck sometimes and play it. Stimulate Essence. That's a C. It's like the counter spell you don't want them to pay for, or you're tempoing them for it to get an expensive, cheap body. Essence Scatter sometimes. Or making them pay for something is eh. Artistic Refusal is interesting because what's likely is you're going to hold it up, not need to use the counter spell, and just use it for the draw card, which is totally fine for the variability. I think I rated it lower than I probably thought I would. It's very expensive for a counter spell, but it has Convoke. C minus. I think I rated it too highly there. Zephyr Winder, 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever it deals untapped target. This thing is super dope, and it's not in the main set. Referee Squad is cool, and I love the art, and it's not in the main set. And Display Mascot is not in the main set. Blah. Yargle is stupid, and you'll still play it. It's above rate 5 mana, 9/3. It's the big thing that people will be terrified that you give flying or something. So I will give Yargle C plus. So Timuret is better than Heliod, or not Heliod, Daxos in limited. Outside of limited, Heliod or Daxos gets way better, but Timuret is dope. 2 mana, 2/2, sometimes 2/3, sometimes 2/4. Exiling the cards from your opponent's graveyard is backbreaking, especially if you got a discard or mill deck going on. He is a C plus as well. Oops, that's a C. Oop. Slitherx, 5 mana, 4/4 flying infect is fucking disgusting. Give it haste, you can generate it. It's gross. That is a game ender. That is an A. Children, Whispering one. Also backbreaking, but very expensive. 7 mana, 6/6 won't block. Return creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Opponent sacrifices a creature. I'm gonna give it a B just because it's expensive and it's hard to play, but it's really, really, really good too. Everybody fucking hates it when I play against it normally, so. Seizan, the Purveyor of Truth, is cool looking. This art of it, at least. 5 mana, 6/5. Each player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. I love that effect too, though. That's cool. That goes right up to. You give it a B. 5 mana, 6/5 is pretty good. Drawing cards every turn. It's okay. Orobi, Death's Wail. 4 mana, 4/4 flying. Whenever a creature becomes the target of spell or ability, this is can be backbreaking. I don't think as much in limited, but it's a B. The 4 mana, 4/4 flying is pretty good. That would put it in a B minus. The removal ability is strong. Oh, it's the old ER with a cool artwork. Triple black's hard. He's a little undercosted, but the life draw and draw card is strong too. So, put it at C. Deadly Derision. It's the token exile card or destroy card of the set, but it's a slow set, so they made it 4. But they wanted you to have some artifact synergy and ramp, so they made it 4, but it gives you a treasure, which is better than having it cost 3, I think. So this is B minus. Corrupted Conviction. These are always solid. They can't be played on their own, which sucks, but draw 2 cards is good. Good. This one I don't like. Here, let me go get my black tier list. I put him at C minus. At D plus, C minus. He's not bad. 4 mana, 3/3 lifelink is okay. Some token synergies. This typing doesn't matter though. He did Huntmaster, 3 mana, sack thing, incubate. Incubate I don't like, but I would put him at C. He's at cost. I think I rated him too. I put him in C plus. Like, it's a cheap enough ability, but you still have to tap this guy to stack a thing. To get a thing, you have to pay 2 to make a 3/3. It's not great. Collective Nightmare is really good. C plus. It's not unconditional, so it doesn't break into B. But -3/-3 with Convoke instant speed is really good. Reach the Multiverse is a D minus. Too expensive, but sometimes you'll get there. If you get there, it's great. You'll probably never get there though. Loaded Processor, 3 mana, 3/2, 4/3 is good. Sack a thing for Phyrexian Matters, for Sacrifice, for counter decks, all good. When it dies, Incubate is fine. That second part is okay, but it's a Sacrifice enabler, it's a Phyrexian enabler, it's a counter enabler. I don't think it can be lower than C plus. Where did I put it before? Did I put it at C? Did I put a B minus? It's a C plus. I did put it at B. I don't think it's a B. Not quite breaking into D minus or B minus territory. 2 mana 2/2, fine. Flip it. It's a 3/3 that makes a thing when it enters battlefield or dies. It's okay. Not exciting. It's a C. Bladed Battle Fan I don't think is as good as the axe, but it's got flash, saves the thing, gets +1. That's about it. It's interesting. I like it better than the spells that do it because it sticks around, but it's only indestructible till end of turn. So B minus. I put it at C plus, but I don't think it's a C plus. I think it's the same spot as that halberd. Yara, Widower of the Realms. She's great. It's not triple black, still 3/3. Better than her old one. Sack a creature, deals extra damage, gain life, for X permanent's mana value. Transform her. Return artifact or creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, gains haste, extra at the end step. And it's a 4/4. That's a good card. That's B plus. Like I call the front a B, the back a B plus, so average is a B. Archpreacher Shadows, dope. Whenever it deals things to damage to creatures, turn Dark Creature in battlefield. They're gonna kill this one, but they probably won't be able to kill the backup as well. So I would give this a B plus. Death Touch 2 drop, it's fine. Death Touch, paying 4 to get a thing. Draw a card unconditionally, that part's good. Front side's a C, back side's a C plus. C plus total? Era of Tawashi. This thing is dope, and I'm pretty sure it's not in the main set. Yep. Seer Soul Sight is actually really good. It's not in the main set. Electric Crocodile is pretty good. It's not in the main set. Vanquish the Weak. It's always solid. It's a C, B plus. There is a restriction, so it can't be a B. But there's a lot of stuff under 3 or less power in this set, so. Unseal the Necropolis. D, yeah. I was kind of expecting it to incubate as well. Kind of expensive for what it is. Dramatic Revelation does a lot of work, but it's a D. Yeah. Tenure Allcaster is dope. 4 mana, 2/4 menace that gets +3, +0 as long as they have more cards in the graveyard. And whenever it attacks or blocks, each player mills a card. It's very strong. It's like shocking that that's an uncommon actually. B plus. Children, she's dope. She's really good. Backside is backbreaking. I don't think it's that hard to flip her either. She's easier to flip than Jin. I give her a B plus. Let's give it A minus because I gave the backside an A. The 1-drop for this color. I love the art. I don't like the backside. C minus. Even my feelings. Render. Interesting removal. It is a little narrow. Sometimes it's just going to be flip a battle, draw a card. Is what it's really saying. Which is still valid. Sometimes it's killing an incubator token, sometimes it's killing a planeswalker, so there's versatility there. The draw card is good too. The versatility makes it strong. Pylon is dope. 4 mana, destroy a creature, planeswalker, and surveil. Convoke makes it even better. This is the premium removal of the set. It is a B+. Phyrexian Gargantua, I think, is C? C+? Well, I know a lot of people don't like it because like, it's just 2 Phyrexian Rangers stapled together, but it's 2 Phyrexian Rangers stapled together. About 2 cards. It's 2 life. 4/4. 6 mana. Okay. I think I wouldn't rate it as high as a C+, thinking about it again, but I give it a C, and it's almost a C+. If it was a 5/5, it'd be a C+. Izumi Informant, the discard body of the set. It's like a C-. Yeah, C-. Izumi Freewheeler. The front side I really like. Menace 3/3 and Mills 3 is good. Flip it easy enough. Get to bring back a creature when it flips, and it's a Menace 4/5. It averages C+, I think, because the backside is dope. The front side is pretty good. Iron and Avenged. It's gonna be a weirdly successful removal spell. The draw card just is like really good too. Merciless Repurposing. People are down on this. I'm not. 6 mana exile creature at instant speed is kind of at rate in limited. The Incubate 3 kind of tips it over the top for being a pretty good card for me. Expensive. You'll maybe want 1. So C-ish. The Black Invasion of Gorgorotha. 3 damage to anything, gain 3 life. Pretty good. 5 mana is a little expensive for it. You fucking YouTube. It can't be higher than C. Backside is okay. Vision of Innistrad enters battlefield -13, -13 till end of turn. It's got flash. It's another super removal. The backside is so good though. Backside is very, very good. When it enters, immediately make 2 bodies and then just menacing to make more bodies. Very, very good. B. Invasion of Fiora. Destroy all legendary, destroy all non-legendary. Good board wipe. It's a little expensive. Marchesa is freaking super good on the backside. I think averaging the 2 halves, I gave it a B and a B+ before. Or no, I gave it a C and a B+. Nice. Invasion of Madrid. 4 mana, discard 2 cards, and then you get a rack effect on the back. C. God, can't be better than C. Split the difference again. C-. Ichor Shade is actually dope. Doesn't care if it's your creature or their creature. If something died or got milled from the battle, something died or got put there from the grave battlefield. Oh my god, my brain is already getting so tired. Counter. It's a counters mana cards. Can't be a C+, but it's a C. One mana, 1/1 lifelink. exile from the graveyard, incubate 2. That's a pretty good mana sink. It's kind of like not above rate, but you'll jump it and you'll gladly flip it and get value out of the graveyard, so I call it a C+. Boarding Broodlord. It's really good, but it's also fucking expensive. And Convoke doesn't really help it all that much. But the card that it exiles can stay castable from exile. So I give it a B-. Grafted Butcher is super, super good. It requires other Phyrexians, but it's very strong. And you can get it back from the graveyard. So you can trigger its ability multiple times if you have creatures on board still. This is the least good of the dudes, I think. Maybe excluding the green one. But backup 2 is really good. Paying 7 for it sucks. Paying 7 to make something 2 bigger and with Menace is pretty strong. Or making this a 7/7 with Menace is pretty good. Swamp Cycling, again, just versatility. C+. Listening Deluge. It's a C. It's a little more usable than the other two. I give a C-. There we go. I think that puts it in line with the other, yeah, those things. -1/-1's not going to change the game, but if you get a green deck and you're -3, -3ing it, and keeping your stuff alive, it becomes really strong. Get the completion, where fiercely control dice surveil 1, incubate 3. It's the black incubate card. This one's above rate for the incubate thing, and it gives you a pretty good ability. I would give it a C, because you'll play Phyrexians in black anyways. Doesn't have to be incubate. Flitting Gorilla. I think I gave it a C at minimum. Yep, I gave it a C. I don't like that it's on trigger, like dies. I don't like top of library compared to hand, but it's fine. This is dope removal. It's the sacrifice deck, and -6, -6 kills just about everything in the set, so can't be a B because sacrifice is a little too much to pay. E-, yeah. C+, C+. -2 is totally fine, but C+, it's a little better when you sack it. Kills almost everything in the game. Strong. I'm happy with it. -4/-4, enchanted creature dice surveil 2. I did not rate this high. I put it like a CC. 5 mana for -4, -4 is okay. When it dies, surveil 2. Sometimes you're turning their 6/6 into a 2/2 and you're trading with it and you get to fix a card. Or you just kill something straight out and you're okay with it. Etched Host Doombringer, the Battle Matters guy. I think I only gave him like a C. And versatility again. 3/5 for 5. Remove battle counters from it. I gave it a C+, but I don't think it's a C+. I think it's a C. As familiar, I love this. This is a great cost card. It's an artifact creature. It's a Phyrexian. A 3/2 for 3 is okay. And when it dies, each opponent loses 2 life, and you get 2 life. Very good. Solid C. Dredge Recycler. 2/2 for 2, so it's fine. Sacrifice another creature, opponent loses life, and you gain life. I don't think there's enough counter makers for this to be better than a C, but it's a C. 2 for 2. I need to get some more juice because my brain is falling asleep. Finish this. Red. Hedron Grinder. Hedron Grinder is really dope. It being an instant or sorcery is kind of, uncommon. It's kind of scary that you could do that in limited really easily. It's a C+. Dalduck, there's not enough artifacts for him to care, but there are a few. He's a 3/2, 3 mana for 3/2. He's a C+ if you can get the deck for him, but he's a 3 at minimum, or a C at minimum. Brass the Hidden. Creature can go to face, creature won't in the battlefield tap. He's much more playable than the old Praetors. 5 mana 4/4 is okay. 5 mana 4/4 with haste is better. But he's not as impactful as the other Praetors either, so E-. Squee the Immortal! Squee's always good, he's a C. You're happy to throw him out, chump with him, cast him again. That's funny. Good job, Squee, you did it. Ragavan is a fucking slam dunk A+. So good. So stupidly good. I wouldn't be shocked if he's the most expensive card in the set. Period. Taplattery Storm. 3 mana 2/2 with haste that makes treasure tokens, so when you sack treasure, she gets better. She's super good. She is a C+. She's a staple for red aggro. Syrian Lava Brink Hero. He's not in the main set. Not in the main set. But probably going to be a really secret good card. Sense Resolve. I like this better than the discard stuff. Just straight up good extra impulse exile draw. It is a C. I really like red in this set. War Train Slasher. 4 mana 4/3 menace. Whenever attacks, double its power. When attacks a battle, I should say, sorry. It's a C. Does it have menace? It has menace. It's C+. Aggressive, it'll probably instantly flip battles or kill stuff that block it. Valerian Thrill Seeker as a 3/3. It's okay. As a 1/1 that makes something else big that you could pay 1 to pop somebody else after that turn is really strong. Gonna catch people off guard. C+ for versatility. One of the only backup 2 or more is 2. Volcanic Spike. 3 damage to just about anything except a person's face. Draw card, essentially. We're good. C+. Brass, the great work one. So good. So good. 4 mana 4/4 first strike. Super solid B. Instant sorcery thing doesn't matter as much, but you'll get a couple triggers off of it. And if you know you're gonna cast him, you save up the things to do it to flip him, and then you get to steal opponent's cards. He is a B+ for me. I love him. Trailblazing Historian, 2 mana 1/3 Haste makes it okay. It's still like a C. Rashing Frontliner. 2 mana trample. Whenever it attacks a battle, gets +1/+1. It's a C plus. It's a standard with upside. You're gonna want to pump it. Swing in for regular stuff too. Stoke the Flames is insanely good. 4 damage to any target. With Convoke is a B-. Invoke Flying Haste. This one's weird because you could tap down your little guys to get a game-winning finish in, or tap down a couple of your blockers to leave up a big flyer. It's weird though. Convoke makes it weird, but I put it as C+. Yeah, I probably put it as C+. Yeah, C+. Shatter the Source. I like the variability. 6 damage to anything. Instant speed. Convoke. Destroy target artifact. It's great. The destroy target artifact feels really expensive, but the 6 damage to creature, planeswalker, or battle, instant speed, convoke, and turn stuff is strong. It is expensive, so it's still C. Searing Barb, I really like. It's a little expensive at 3 mana, but you get an incubate out of it, and one of the few incubate 1 tokens. And if you don't kill it, it can't block. So C? Did I give it a C? I give it a C. If it was 3 mana, 3 damage, incubate 1, wow, I'd be very good. But 2 is okay. Scrappy Bruiser, it's a C. It's interesting. Redcap Heal Slasher is odd because 4 mana 3/4 first strike is pretty good. 4 mana 2/3 first strike that sometimes gives a counter to stuff is better. Yeah, it's a C+. Rampaging Raptor, that's a B-. So good. Trample Haste 4/4 for 4. Give it weird fire breathing. Deals damage to opponent, also deals damage to planeswalker or battle that player protects. Strong. It's not quite Reality Smasher or the big trample dinosaur, but it's pretty goddamn close. It is a rare too, unfortunately. But, this is my favorite equipment in the set. +3/+1 and trample is really good. 5 mana to cast it is not good. Equip is good. Convoke is good. It's a weird one. I consider it to be, where did I put it? C? C+? I said C+, but I think it's only a C because it is expensive. But it's got interesting abilities on it. Rouse Reinforcements is a C. It's embodies some of the few 1/1s in the set. 2 mana 2/1, it's fine for a C. Flip it. When it dies, each opponent sacrifices an artifact or creature. I don't like the backside as much as I like the front side. And I don't dislike the front side, so it's a C-, C. So an Aki Javeler I actually quite like. 5/4 reach is pretty good. Kills almost all the main flyers. And if they don't have a flyer and you have to hold back, you get to pop them at the end of the turn too. So I call that C+. C+. Yeah, it's C plus. I like it for the battle flips. There's a lot of battles in red too. The Harry's Witchcraft is super good. It's a B. 5 damage for 3 is strong. Doesn't go to face, but it kills just about everything else on the field. And if you kill something little, you get some stuff up top of your library. Good. Mirren Bane Splitter, I think, is like a C minus. I like that it's got flash and it's just a straight up buff, but it doesn't give any other effects like First Strike or something, so it's a little not great that way. Bardic Dreadship is like a D. Not a bad one of these. The weird way to do it would be to pay 3 for this, get the Incubate token, pay 2 for the Incubate token, tap the Incubate token to get to swing with this 4-1 for 5. And it probably just dies. It's a weird one. Yeah, it's a D. Ithomantic Barrage. This is C minus because of the red or blue thing. But it is 1 damage to 1 thing if you want to. It's got more use case than the blue one. Or yeah, it's got more use case than the blue one. The black one and the white one also have pretty good use cases too, but this is my favorite flipper card in the set. He's a C plus. He's an instant C plus because I like him. Trample, Ward 2, Prowess, 2 Prowess triggers. Oh, it's great. So, 1 spell makes him a 5/5 Trample, Ward 2. So gross. So good. And he flips on curve. Pay this guy 2 for 2/2 Prowess, Trample 2. And then you can pay 3 and 2 life to flip him. Oh, so good curve. So good, so good, so good. C plus. Not quite B, but poor guy got close. Oh, I did put him in B. But I don't think he's a B minus, but this guy's really good too. He's a C plus, 4/3 defender, and then you put a counter on him, you put a equipment on him, you buff him with a backup or something like that, and then he's swinging as a 5/4 trampler or whatever. It's good. C plus. Easy to trigger. Invasion of Tarkir is just straight up like a slightly expensive shock, and then you get to get a big dragon that deals some more damage. Super good. You're probably not gonna have enough dragons to trigger the other side, but C plus, or to trigger the X plus whatever. Invasion of Regatha, I think I rated it kind of low. Let's see here. C plus. Nope. Yep. C plus. Removal. 3 mana, 4 damage to something. It's pretty good. And 1 damage to target creature. Backside is great though. Backside is C plus easy. There is actually enough stuff I think in red to do the non-creature deck pretty well. Invasion of Mercadia. Discard a card, draw 2 cards for 2. It's fine. Backside could get out of hand. Front side, not so much. But C. Invasion of Karsus. In the battlefield, there's 3 damage to each creature. It's a board wipe for 4. The backside, that's so backbreaking. Cost them life to target it. Every spell you cast also deals 2 damage to the opponent. This could screw a game up real quick. It's a C plus. 1. Invasion of Kaldheim. Exile cards you hand, you may draw that many cards until the end of your next turn. Put the cards this way. This is really good. It's really interesting for impulse draw. That's better than the average impulse draw. I don't think Pyro of the World Tree is going to do as much for you, but the front side's pretty good. You got 3 or 4 cards in hand, you play this, get all those cards plus some more, and you can still play the lands out of your hand from exile for the turn and stuff. It's a strong version of this. Maybe not so great in limited, but I would still call it a C. Into the Fire. 2 energy each creature planeswalker in battle. Or put all your cards in your hand and wheel. Its utility is strong, but I think it's still only like a C. Pyroclasm or a wheel. C. Three 2 for a 2/3 haste. Or sorry, 3 mana for a 2/3 haste is not great. If you flip it, 3/4 flying haste is not great, not bad. It's fine. He is a solid C. Hanger Scrounger. Backup +1 for a 2 mana or 2 power brain. 3 mana for 2/1. Backup 1 could be a 3/2. +1 counter on something, and then he gets to draw a card, discard a card. It's C-. Furnace Rains. This is really like one of the best ones of these. It's cheaper. It gives you a treasure if you deal damage to a player or battle, which is makes it even kind of cheaper, and it fits in the sack deck real well. C+ for the Furnace Rains. Furnace Rains Charger. This is the one that I don't think is that good, but it's also not that expensive. 6 mana, 5/5 with haste is pretty okay. Mountain Cycling, bonus. Put it at C. C. Yep, C. Furnace Gremlin. Technically it's a C. Could be really good. I don't like Incubate though. So C. Earless Scald. 5 mana, 3/2 double strike. This thing will be a crazy little bonus when you drop it and make something crazy, scary, throw at the opponent. Could be a 4/3 double striker at worst, which is like pretty fucking good still. Tally is a B+. He's very expensive, but he impacts the board. He's fucking terrifying when he hits the board, just from his trample 7/7. And if you flip him, that's the end of the game. Coming in hot is like a D+. +1 first strike, square 1. It's good, it's not bad. City of Fire is a D. Very, very fucking good. But it's expensive. It's triple red. It's hard to get out. Chandra Hope's Beacon is an A. A+? No. The static ability is not going to trigger that many times. The ramp is pretty good, but you get to exile top 5 cards of your library, cast instant Expose. Like she comes in, blows up 2 creatures probably, and then you hold back. +2 to get ramp. I don't like her +1. Maybe I'm buffing her back down to B. And minus. B plus. This card I don't think is a good one. It's kind of useful, but it's in a weird spot. It's like defensive play, and for a card that shouldn't be defensive. Blood Feather Phoenix is like it's a really good card. B plus. It's good. Solid. Beamtown Beatdown Stick. I like this one. +1 and O and Menace, and gets treasures when it deals damage to player in battle. Very good. C. Yeah, C. Aki Scrap Chomper. It's the 1 mana creature for the color. E plus. It's fine. My brains are getting tired. Only 2 colors left though. I can do it. Your Gravetenor. Non-target creature you control is turn battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest land. That's weird. 5 mana, 5/5 though. So it's got to be at least a C plus. Vorinclex Voice of Hunger. 8 mana is hard to do, but not as backbreaking as some of the others. But it's really strong still. I will give it a B for hard to cast. A Call to the Hunt is pretty good. It really plays well with the counter theme too. So she gets really strong really fast if you're playing mono green. I would give her a B minus. Gorkla. 4 power greater, cost 2 less to cast. Whenever it attacks, 4 or greater gets triple and +1/+1. She's gross. She's very good. It's a B as well. In the Fangbreaker. 2 mana for 1/3 is a C. 2 mana 1/3 Death Touch, and also gives poison counters is a C plus. Circan Goreclaw. 6 mana 6/5 trample. Other creatures have trample. Whenever another token creature enters the battlefield, put a counter on it. Gains haste 100. That's fucked up. That's a B. That's a B. That's a very good card. Green has a lot of big fucking good cards. It's a hard color to go in. That's not part of the set. That's not part of the set. That one's not part of the set. Stop going back into the list. Hollywood Escort. 5 mana 3/3. If it would die, exile instead. Turn her battlefield. Yeah, it's fine. I think I gave it a C. Yeah, it's a C. Oh, you know what? C minus. A little expensive. It doesn't have flash, but you get a thing back, so that's good. Random Realm Breaker is really goddamn good. It's an A. It's an A, an A, an A, an A. Ori Thespian. 2 mana, 3/1 with a Surveil 1 on entry, and death is good. It's a very good little body. Do I give it C plus? Yes, I do. Or Historian. 3 mana, 3/3. Reach and indestructible as long as it attacks. It's pretty good. The reach is weird, but yeah, it's a C plus. Hard to not make it C plus when it as indestructible. Lauren collects the Grand Evolution. 5 mana 6/6 trample reach. Search forests. He's fucking good. He's the good. A plus. Vengeant Earth. D plus. Nice that it's an instant, but it doesn't draw you a card like the other one does. Must be blocked is not as relevant, sometimes bad. Tribute to the World Tree is C plus. It's a good counter or card for that counters deck. Right. Timberland Ancient. Reach Trample, 6 mana, 6/5 with Force Cycling. It's a C plus. Really good card. 1 cost. It's a common. It's stronger than most of the other ones. Tangled Skyline. I don't like these decks. I think it's a D plus, but the counter is strong. They've reached. Never mind, it doesn't give counters. 10 takedown is strong, but you need 2 creatures to really get that good out of it and get some attacks. But it'll kill just about everything. Go off. I don't think it could be higher than a C because it requires 2 creatures on board to do it. There we go. Some groovy. Streetwise Negotiator. 2 mana. 1/2. Or, sorry, 0/2 that could be a 1/3 that is treated as a 3/3. So it's a C plus. Like it's hard to not be a C plus when you're a 2 mana 3/3 for most cases. The counter can be good. The backup can be good. Storm the Sea card is my favorite art, I think, in set, but it's a C minus. You want 1 or 2 of these. It's not the best overrun, but it's an overrun. You will play it, you will like it, and you will probably win with it. Hey look, it's Finn the Fang Blades, inverted power, toughness, death touch, but he also gives other things death touch. I'm pretty sure this is like a C plus. 3 mana 2/1 death touch is nice, aggressive, and could be a 3/2 death touch or give something else a counter and a death touch for the turn is really good too. Where did I put it? C plus, yep. Seed of Hope. It's a D plus. Okay. The mill in green I don't think is super relevant, but Sandstalker Moloch is all kinds of pretty good. It's a weird one. Flash 4/2 for 3 is really good. Want to cast a blue or black spell and reveal top 4 cards and be prepare from it, put it in your hand. Put the rest of them in the library order. It's the colored card for green, but it's like better than the other ones. The Flash is, and on a 4/2 body, is really strong. Plus C plus C plus D plus. Ooh, I put that in B. You know what? I think I was right. It's a B minus. Why does green get Flash? Ravna Sailback, 5 mana, 3/4. One of the rare destroy target artifact or enchantments things in the sets, and you could give it haste. Pretty sure I gave it a C plus. I did. I give it a C because it's a little expensive, but its variability is really strong. Portent Tracker, 2 mana, 1/1 tap lamp, choose target battle. If opponent protects it, remove a counter. If you protect it, put a counter. This is gonna make or break some decks in weird ways, but it's not a good body. But it is also ramp and battle manipulations, so Hulk Krenos is stupid good. It's a C, 3 mana 4/5 with reach is fucking insane. And the other side is better. So C plus, B, B. Let's give it a B plus. Yeah. Placid Rotten Tail. 1 mana, 1/1 vigilance. Exile it, put counters on a thing. It's just as good as that little vampire in black was. So C minus? How do I put it? Ozolith, the Shattered Spire, is essential for those counter decks. It's a C plus. If you somehow add more than one copy, you get to cycle it, or you could just cycle this one anyways. And you can mana sink to put counters on stuff. Overgrown Pest, I think, is a C. It's a 3 mana 2/2. Sometimes gets you a thing. B. C minus, actually. Hammer of Whispered Hope. 3 mana 1/1 with put 1 counters. It's good for the counter deck. And it ramps. Green is really, really good in this set. C plus. Iridescent Blade Master. It's a C, but I like the mana cost for its ability, and it doesn't require it to be one once a turn. This will be a very good little valuable card. Vetches, Zendikar. Where did I put these? Put the main one on C because it's just fetching lands, but fetches you a lot of lands. Backside's whatever. Vig Haste, also a land, and can tap for mana. I don't like the front side of Chandelure, but I like the backside. The backside is really good. Getting to recast your stuff like that is strong. Averaging my 2 pieces of it of C and B plus, so gross. Invasion of Merganda. Counter and fight. 5 is not great. I don't like the Primordial Plasm either, but again, it's hard to make that bad on the front half, so B plus. Excellent. Top 5 cards reveal permanent card, which you should hit. Put the rest of the cards by bottom of your library in any order. When it flips 4/3 Trample, gains indestructible. Front side is okay, back side is okay. It's a C plus. It's a C plus, a plus, a plus, a plus. That is going to be a lot of this set for green. Stupid Zalortha thing. Oh. Ugh. It's a C plus. Getting to tutor up a creature and then getting an 8/8 that each non-human creature can assign damage as though it were blocked should kill the other person. Yeah, it's a C plus, B minus. Yeah, B minus instead. The Knowledge Instructor is fine for cost. The life is okay. The flip turns into a removal is pushes this guy slightly into C plus territory for me. Rotfold Hulk, 4/4 for 4, sometimes slips into a 5/5 for 5 that makes other things 5/5 for 5s. Backside's better than the front side. It's still fine. It's not exciting, but I think this averages for me into C plus again. Everything's a C plus. This is okay. It's gonna get you a lot of body, but you still gotta pay a lot for it. Gets better when you have 6 or 8 mana, because then you can play this and flip them both immediately, and they're very big. But at best, you're paying 8 mana for 2 4/4s, which makes it a C minus for me. But put it in C because it's flexible. A fertilid favor, target player searches library for basically outputs the battlefield, tap shuffles, put 2 counters on up to 1 target creature or whatever. C minus. Where to fucking go? I can't even see it. That fertilid's favor. Yeah. The fact that it's an instant is really strong. Like it's too strong for that ability. But it's fine. Doomscar Warrior is dope. He's like a B minus. 4 mana, 4/3 trample that deals damage. Look at top cards of the library. Reveal a creature or land card from those in your hand. It's really good for that ability, but the backup makes him a 5/4, or another creature have that same ability too. It's B minus. A little squishy, just a little bit. Deeproot Wayfinder, another good card. It's a C plus. Can't be too much higher because it's a little small, but Crystal Carapace. I don't think it's that good. It's fine. +3/+3 and ward, and you can cycle it is a pretty stack of words on a card. Put it in C. It's a little expensive, but it's strong. Cosmic Hunger deals damage equal to its power to another creature, battle, or planeswalker. That's a C plus card in this set. That's green premium removal essentially, but you need a body, so can't be too much higher. Copperhost Crusher, it's just C plus. It's too big, too expensive. But if you get it out, it will fuck somebody up. Grapple Hexproof 80 is scary. Converter Beast, 4 mana, 0/1, Incubate 5. I don't like this card. I don't like the Incubate decks, and this is like a bad rate for 2 bodies. 6 mana for a 5/5 and a 0/1, and the creature type matters a little bit. Give me a C minus. Chomping Kavu is okay. 4 mana, 3/3. Can't be blocked by power 2 or less. Could be a 4/4. Sometimes we got an extra attack through, so it's a C. Blood Herd Beast. 5 mana, 4/5. That's fine. Not great. 7/5. When you flip it, is much better. Average makes it a C plus. Blighted Burgeoning. Incubate 2 when you enchant land, and it taps for 2 mana. It's a weird one, but it's fine. It's a C. Yeah, C. Praxis Fall. Semi. Depends if battles get destroyed. Let me see. Nope, that cannot be destroyed. Okay. Oh, cool. I gotta get some stuff from a random Reddit comment. I'll look at that later. Traxxas Fall. You're gonna want a couple of these, but you don't want them all in your deck, and you don't need them in the deck at the start. So it's a C. Hacknet Adaption is dope, and I think there's a lot of good places for it. It's one of the few combat tricks I rate high as a C. So Ancient Imperiosaur is fucking good. The B or B minus. Convoke 6/6 for 7. Trample Ward 2. When it enters the battlefield, put with 2 counters on it for each creature that convoked it. That's fucking nuts. It could be a 20/20 if you had 7 creatures to convoke it. As a B. And it might not be removable if you ramped hard enough. They didn't have enough stuff to get over the ward. Somebody's gonna do that. Right. Zerda. Oh. Abilities you activate that are mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This can't reduce it less to 1. That's kind of a weird essential card for the incubate stuff. 3 for 3 that has upsides, can't block this turn. It's a C plus. Orion the Sky Nomad, he's always good. Just play him in the main deck though, because I don't think you have enough cards to even do the companion version of him. But Flicker is good, Into the Battlefield's good. Debatable how good that is in this, but a flying 4/5 is pretty strong. Hybrid mana makes him a little easier to cast. He's a B minus. Rock the Desecrated, he's dope. He's a really good card. 5 mana, 3/5 Death Touch, Lifelink, doubles your abilities. But color is hard to do. And he's not incredibly impactful. You gotta start playing creatures to make him work. But you'll get swings of them, and you'll probably kill 2 or 3 creatures trying to block him. Block good against them. Ori the Collector. He's the one that makes them. Oh no, just reduces the cost. Each non-land card in your thing shares a card type. 4/5 for 4. Choosing the card type. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll put him in the same cast as Yorion. Minus. Asa Karlov. 4 mana, 2/4. If creature dies, double the ability. Creature tokens you have, vigilance and lifelink. Really good for the incubates. Else. Plus. Trigger doublers are always pretty good, but Igam, Ojitai Mask. 3/4 instant sorcery and dragon spells you control cannot be countered. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell from your hand of Tigam, Ojitai Master, attack this turn, that spell gains rebound. Yeah. He's a good C+. Shana, Sisei's Legacy. +1/+1 for each creature you control. Can't be targeted. Abilities only your opponent's control. She's weird. I don't think there's enough tokens to make her sing really good, so at best she's like a 1/1, maybe a 2/2. That's got like half hexproof. C minus. Rona, Shield is Faithful. Cast an initial spell, -1 life. Cast from Graver, discard 2 cards in addition to her cost. She's a C minus. Instant sorcery stuff is always a little iffy. She only ever triggered a couple times, even in common area. The cost is okay on them though. They have Master Smith. Creature recalls equipped attacks. Creature can double strike until end of turn. There's a deck for the enchantments, or sorry, equipment or enchantments in this. So there's a possibility that this becomes pretty strong, but it's still kind of limited. So it's a C minus for me. But no, it's at least a C. These two are both C minuses. They don't. Wrath 1/3 for 2. It's pretty good. You may tap 2 untap creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Creatures you control get +1/+1 in vigilance for a good menacing. That's gonna be a swinger and tripper for convoke stuff, and he's in the right colors. Not C plus. It's a C. Radha, Coalition Warlord. She's really good. 4 mana, 3/5. Whenever comes tap, non-target creature you go with +X/+X, which is the number of basic land types among creatures you control. That domain one sucks. I thought it was the one that gives you mana. Delius is going to be +2/+2. That's a target creature, not her. That's a weird one. I give her a C minus. 4 mana for that effect is not great. Obosh, Prey Piercer, the dope one. Control an odd mana value deals damage to a permanent player. Deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. He's great. 5 mana, 3/5. That is essentially a 6/5, and does the same for a lot of your creatures. Is strong. Plus, Give Mizzet Reborn. Super strong. Really hard to cast, so it can't be higher than a C plus for me. Nutri the Spell Chaser, the fucking ruined little otter, because his flash ability doesn't work when you have to bring him, pay 3 to get him from your friggin' companion slot, and then you cast him. And he's banned. For his own cost, flash 3/2 for 3, he's fine. And sometimes copying a thing, you play him in the regular deck, he's okay. Lurus of the Dream Den, fucked up, it's a B. Build the deck around him, he's real good. Lathiel, Bounteous Dawn. And so if you gain life this turn, distribute with that many +1/+1 counters as many teachers you control. He's really good. Not that much lifelink in the set. There's like 2 or 3 cards that do it, so I will put him at C. Expensive for his effect. Croxa is super good. Who knows if he triggers that often, but B minus. You can get him back, get 2 instances off him, you're pretty happy. Urga the Max Sage is pretty good for limited, but you won't get many triggers. Maybe 2 or 3. Doesn't have trample or anything though, so he's just like he's a C. Get rid of the Orphangard. It's a cat, elemental, nightmare creature, or beast. +1/+1 in vigilance. There's, I'd say, 10 or 12 cards that fit that thing. 3 mana, 3/2 with vigilance, and an upside is pretty good though. So, +C+. Shuri, Master of the Revue. Mana, 1/1. Sacrifice permanent, put a counter. It fits the sack deck really well. Whenever it dies, deal damage to stuff is good. Plus. Judith, Scourge Diva, very good. It's a C plus. It's very good. Good in the sack deck, good in the aggro deck. Geth of the Wellspring, 5 mana, add 5. This might be one of the only way you could pay for some of those 5 color spells easily. But if you have like weird thing, he's okay. His 5/5 for 5 that taps for some mana too is okay. OT, Bounty Seller, 5 mana, 3/1. Cascade 6. This guy cascades too. Rhoda is really good. Other cards, get a creature card from your opponent or yourself. I like him. He's a C+. Grim Corpse Born. Battlefield tap doesn't untap during your untap time. That creature untap, put a counter on it. Attacks, destroy target creature to player controls, then put a counter on it. He's a 7/7 when he attacks the first time. And he blows up stuff. That's very good. Yeah. Grim. Urja, Flying Lifelink, 5 mana. Whenever you cast second spell each time, with top 3 cards you're allowed to put one in your hand, the rest in the graveyard. Fire Song, Sunspeaker. That great but it's a C+ because it's strong abilities, good size, good body. Fury Claw Progress is much better than the other Azuri. He is a B or B. Ina Soul Steeper. She's like a with sometimes abilities. Clad. Create a 2/1 blue Phyrexian Mirror artifact token, and you may use the token you control. If you do, copy each token because you copy that. It's a weird one, but 6/6 for 4 creatures you have haste. Yeah. They don't exile, which is important, and they don't get forced to attack. B-. Really, the War Leader. Hard to cast. 3/4 Flying Vigilance Haste. Attacks first time you turn on tap all creatures you draw out of this additional combat phase. Very strong. Hard to cast though. Atreus, Oracle of Half Truth. He is a solid C+. Alexa, Trader's Voice. I didn't give her a B- because it's hard to cast. Very strong, and it would be higher if there was benefits. Rick Smithby's Slumbering Isle, I think is dope. A little expensive for limited though. 4 mana for a tapped land that you have to tap several times to remove a counter, but you get extra mana out of it, and then maybe a 12/12. Agar, the Freezing Flames, 3 mana, 3/3 giant. Excess damage is dealt excess damage. The giant wizard or spell you control dealt damage, draw a card. That's a pretty strong upside. C+. Pro Energitai is an A. Maybe verging into an A+. I'll give it a solid A. It's just really fucking good. Flying Haste, 5 mana, 4/4. Hexproof on end battlefield this turn. You get to at least draw 1 card and put this back into your hand if you want to keep it. And having Hexproof. It's fucking dope. It's great. Chess guy forever. Oh, and Dina. I put them in a B. Second card each turn. Target opponent list to life. Set creature, draw card. Lands repeat this process one. They're B for sure. They're under cost. It's a triggerable ability that's not too hard to do. Gargoyle and Marltani are fucking stupid. Stupid. But it's a C+ because it's gigantic and easy to cast and will kill people for sure. 18/6 is really dumb. Valiant the Gitrog monster is hard to work around, but it is very strong. First deck First strike death touch is always too good. Play additional land is great. Creatures and non-basic lands you opponent's control into the battlefield tap. Talia and the Gitrog monster attack, sack creature or land, then draw a card. Good. B minus. Triple's a little hard. Stormclaw Rager. Fine. Sack a thing, put a thing on it, draw a card. It's not bad, but only once turn is a little of a letdown. A C plus. Did I put C plus before? Yeah, C plus. Sculpted Perfection is like a D. Put a C minus. It's a good card. The Incubate kind of sucks. For X you control, get a Anthem bonus though. Remake and Torbrand are a solid B plus. They're just good. Flying first strike, haste 3/4 with a bunch of abilities. Just play them carefully. You don't sacrifice your own stupid thing. Rampaging Geoderm is. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 a turn. If it's attacking at battle, put a counter on it instead. That's pretty good. There's a use for that. Play it in a deck that you have a lot of use for that. But Trample Haste 4/4 or Trample Haste 4/4 counter permanently is pretty good. Victorious the Lore Master, 5 mana, 3/5, Vigilance, exile non-creature card, get a 3/2. The fact that you get spirits every turn for nothing is really good. Sacking a spirit, you exile with him. To cast that card without paying its mana cost is really strong. He is B. Yeah, give him a B. Omnath, Locus of All, C+. It's hard to cast. Pigeon Connoisseur. Plus. Flying Vigilance is 0/5. It's +1/+1 for each transform permanent you control. Hard to trigger that, I think, but his Flying Vigilance plus anything is going to be pretty strong, especially for on a 0/5 body. Going to be able to block all day, let you transform a couple things, swing in for some damage above. He's pretty good. Mirror Shield Hoplite. I don't actually like this one too much, I think. But this one is something I did. Vigilance 2/2. Creature you control becomes target of backup. Oh, the backup enabler. Okay, yeah, he's C+. Backup is pretty strong. There's enough small uses of it outside of the rares. Marshal of Zalfir is also a C+. 2 mana Night Lord that becomes a tapper as well is a nice ability when this guy can't swing in over stuff. Roxa and Kunros is real strong, real hard to cast. Real strong abilities is a B+. Olga and Yudo, it's a B+. Yarrow, it's a B+. 6 mana, 7/7. It gets trample and haste till end of turn, or it fights target creature you don't control, and you can discard it to blow up an artifact or enchantment, shuffle it in your library, and draw a card. Really good. It's honestly really good. A lot of good options. Cycling it and blowing something up kind of early is nice. I give this thing like a C. Didn't catch my eye as much, but it is a Convoke deck enabler. Invasion of Xerox. Good. It's bad for turn up target creatures. Owner's hands. Oh, swing through, kill that, get this after. Worth it. Vision of Tolvada, the broken sky. I think it's just exile a thing, right? No, bring something back from the Remake card to the battlefield. Yeah, that's pretty good. Tokens +1/+0 and lifelink, and make a token every turn. That part's really strong. Not that many token generators in the set. I don't really like the front half so much though, so I'll put that as minus, I think. What comes to the battlefield on your hand? Okay, C+. That's fine. Here's my Fyrulia. That comes from Slabhorn. Ganchuan Slabhorn. Reveal top card of your library. If it's a land or double face card, draw a card. I guess you get to fix it with the Scry 3 though, so it's like Scry 3, draw a card essentially. 2, it's not bad. 4 trample ward 2, transform trample ward 2. If you're in the trample deck, it's great. I can call it a C. Turn it down low. Creation of new Phyrexia. This is a B+. Make a lot of dudes. Sometimes you get a Teferi. His last name was Akosa. Teferi doesn't protect himself, but he makes your field very strong. So hopefully you got a lot of bodies off the front half. Oh, my voice is getting gravelly. Invasion of New Capenna. Holy Frazzle Cannon. I think this is a C. The backside's pretty good. Front side is the potion. Attacking a creature to remove a creature. So it's fine. Move counter on each creature you control. Backside's just, it doesn't make that deck sing. We'll call that a C as well. There's a lot of enabler decks there. Vision of Lorraine I think is just like a C. Because the land thing does or doesn't matter. It's not going to be super expensive when you get it. Removal's good, but it's expensive. This one's weird because it could be good or it could be whatever. Yeah. Front half I don't like as much, but the back half is pretty good. Nation of Kaladesh. This thing is C-. Nation of Ergmern. Front half's pretty good. Great treasure, and then you can discard a card if you do draw a card. The back half is, of course, pretty good. Discard a card if you do, search a library hand for a land or battle card, get it in your hand, put it. 3/4 is not great though, so C. E. Asgul, set turn player sacrifice a creature or planeswalker and lose one life. That's pretty good for 2. When it flips, mana speaking anything counter on him if a permanent was put in the battlefield this turn. That's pretty good. You get pretty big. I'll give him C. Enabler again. Vision of Pet, also an enabler. Each player mills 3 cards and each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. That's good for 3. Great and 2-headed giant. Kill combat enemies battlefield is a copy of any creature card in a graveyard except it's 4/4 black zone and types. This could be a blowout, or at best it's a 4/4. Of course. Creation of Atraxa, this is like Very good card, very limited. 4 mana, 4/4 creatures you control have vigilance and 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to cast a creature spell. When you cast a creature spell, 3 more mana from creatures, just spend to cast it. Draw a card. It's good, it's good, it's good. It's a C plus. Verging on B minus. Hirigetsu and Chiari, I think, is a B. Flying 5/4 that does a brainstorm and then sometimes gets some stuff. We're good. B. Halo Forager. This thing is weird. It's great outside of this, but it's C. Wait, it's maybe good. 3/1 flyer. That's C plus with the upside sometimes. Delissa, Herald of Predation is up. She's really strong. I'm gonna give her B. Delta and Mohavred, really fucking good. It's B. It's B. Cool. And Guaranteed Gyalda is less good, but Flash, Flying 2/3, Library, cast cards, Flash or Flying, library. Build the deck around it. Elvish Vat Keeper, 3/3 for 3, and his battlefield 2. Transform target enemy token double the number of token counter. It's the enabler that's actually pretty strong. I'm gonna call it a C plus. Could be really good. And then Vala. Your creatures can't be out. And allows activated abilities opponents control it, and you spend a mana for it. Take those abilities. It does not transform, and it does not flip into something if they do it. So keep in mind that that's not super great and limited, but 4 mana, 3/4 flying vigilance thing that does stuff is pretty good. So C plus. Hero and Hezrat, I really like them. They're good stuff. C plus. Not busted though. Tentacle Brawler. Enters the battlefield with 2/2/2 or +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters put on another permanent you control, if it's first time counters, put them on this guy as well. He's gonna get big in that deck. B plus. As big as the bad guy. Or Bori Gigmos and Philthip. Teamer and 2/6/5. Whenever he has battlefield attacks, draw a card, then you may discard any number of line cards. And when you discard one or more line cards, this fight deals twice that much damage to target creature. Pay 2 to put him in the library from third from the top if he's gonna get removed. He's really interesting. He's pretty strong. I think I would give him like a B. No, Teamer makes him too hard to cast. He's B minus. Brawl and carries out First Strike, Menace, 2/4/4/3. Whenever you cast first instant or sorcery spell, you may cast a spell with lesser mana that shares value with that from your card without paying its mana cost. If you don't create a monkey, that 2/1. Great Ragavan. It's interesting and really good. It's probably not like super good in the long run, but cast the big instant sorcery, maybe one of the 6 mana things that flips with your 4. Okay. Cast a spell with lesser mana that shares a card type with it. That part sucks, but you get it for free, so plan around it a little bit. They're pretty good on their own. Just alright, there we go. I rated my stuff. I'm so tired. I'm going to go to sleep soon. Like to compare with these eventually later. Anyways, I'll play Resident Evil not tomorrow because I'm going to the Mario movie. Maybe Friday, maybe Thursday. One of the two. Thanks for coming out. Have a good night. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. See you all later. Goodbye. I'm tired.